All right, so let's talk a little bit today about mouth taping. So, if this is the first time you've ever heard the word or phrase mouth taping, you're probably going to think I've gone a little bit insane, and you wouldn't be alone. Most of the time, when I bring it up to my patients or people that I work with, they kind of look at me like, you want me to do what? You want me to tape my mouth shut? So, bear with me, and we'll talk about why we do mouth taping and how we do mouth taping. So, the primary reason we want to tape the mouth shut is because we want to stimulate nasal breathing. So we talk about it a lot, always making sure we're nasal breathing. But at nighttime, you don't really have conscious control over whether you're breathing through your nose or your mouth. So we want to make sure that we are stimulating good nasal breathing all throughout the night. A, we know that nasal breathing will improve the quality of our sleep. And also B, we know that when you're more prone to mouth breathing at nighttime, it leaves the floor to sit down and back in the throat more susceptible to collapse in the throat or occluding off the airway. And this is where you run into issues like apneic events or reduced oxygenation or frequent microarousals and all these things that can be associated with sleep disorders. So why do I recommend mouth taping to people? Well, if they're still having issues nasal breathing, we want to make sure their mouth is staying shut and that they can breathe out of the nose. So I never suggest to my patients that they jump right into mouth taping. We always want to make sure we have good nasal airflow first and foremost before I recommend that you start taping the mouth shut. So how are we going to mouth tape? So what are my recommendations here? So first off, what kind of tape do we use? I don't want you using things like duct tape or anything like that. Even Scotch tape doesn't tend to be sticky enough, so it'll usually just come off. So what I recommend is just regular 3M micropore transport tape, something like that. You can get it at any Walgreens, CVS, any sort of drugstore or pharmacy, anything like that. So you take a small piece of tape. You're going to rip that little piece of tape off. What it's a good thing to do is you fold down here a touch to kind of make a little tab where it's not sticky. Okay, and so when you tape, you want to go vertically on the mouth. A lot of people are concerned, won't I suffocate in my sleep or something like that? No, you won't. You will actually wake up and rip it off before your body allows yourself to suffocate. Our natural instinct is for survival. So, our bodies are wired for surviving. So you will likely rip it off. But with that being said, we don't want to go all the way across the mouth just in case. And so we want to be on the safe side. So you take a piece of tape and you're going to go vertical with it. I made the little tab and you go ahead and you put it on the mouth just like that. So you can see I have the corners of the mouth that are open and available. If I did need to breathe out of the mouth, I could actually do so. But yes, quite frankly, you're just going to go ahead and put the tape there. That's it. So my recommendations when you're starting or trying to learn how to do mouth taping or doing more nasal breathing is you always have to make sure you can actually breathe out of your nose. So I never recommend just jumping right into mouth taping at nighttime. We always want to make sure that you have the ability to breathe through the nose first and foremost. So the recommendation for me is start doing it during the daytime. I typically say at nighttime when you're by yourself. Obviously, you don't want to be doing it at work. People are going to think you're nuts. People are going to think I'm nuts. People are going to think we're all nuts until you start to feel so much better. And then you'll tell everybody all about mouth taping. But start doing it during the daytime. So just go ahead and vertically tape. Just quietly, slowly breathe through your nose. That's really hard for a lot of people, unfortunately. So start with however long you can. See how long you can do that. If it's only a couple of minutes, we know we have some, to work up to it. If you can do it for quite a long period of time, then you may be able to jump into mouth taping at nighttime sooner than other people. So start at nighttime for a couple minutes, see how long you go. My general rule of thumb is I want you to be able to mouth tape and breathe through the nose for 30 minutes during wakefulness before I feel comfortable letting you know to do it at nighttime while you're sleeping. The other thing I will say along with this, for myself, I have some nasal valve issues, meaning my nose is kind of pinched off right in there. And so what I wear at nighttime as well is what's called a nasal dilator. So Breathe Right strips would be another sort of nasal dilator. They are extra nasal or outside the nose. These here, this is a turbine from Mute. And this is an intranasal dilator. So what does that mean? It quite literally goes inside the nose, just like that. and you can see it stents open the nose and this nasal valve so that I get nice, good airflow all through night while I'm sleeping. So I put my nasal dilator in, I take my tape, I threw away my first piece. So you take your tape, you're gonna put it over the mouth this way. Once you're able to do this for about 30 minutes during the daytime, then you're ready to rock and roll and start mouth taping at nighttime. So go ahead and do it. Don't get discouraged if you wake up and you find that the tape is gone, it's on the bed sheet somewhere else. Just keep up with it because eventually you will learn how to breathe out of your nose. So, keep going with it. And of course, if it continues to be a persistent issue, nasal surgery or something like that might be indicated, but of course, we'll never know until you either see an ENT or get some sort of evaluation done to see what's going on inside of the nose. But that is sort of an intro beginner to mouth taping. So I hope you found it useful. Again, this is something that we do recommend to patients because it really does help improve sleep quality and helps reduce sort of apneic events that people have. So go ahead and give us a call, comment if you have any questions on this, aren't still quite understanding how exactly to do the mouth taping. I hope you found this very useful and beneficial. If you have any questions about your sleep or pain issues, anything like that, give us a call at 440-683-4777. Come on in for an appointment, or we are also scheduling virtual appointments on the website, clevelandtmjsleep.com. So if you're still having issues sleeping, come on in. We'll get you seen and get you taken care of. All right. Bye-bye.